There's too much work! My name is Nanu Numuru, and I'm 23 years old. I've been told to do my boss's Renaissance work, and quite frankly, I'm doomed! Stop distracting me!
Hey, what's up? How are you doing right now? Did you make any progress?
There's barely any progress that's been made! You told me this was a little task, but that's not all! I'm basically having to do this all over from scratch!
This is like easy work for you, Nano. You got this.
I have my own stuff to work on too, you know!
Just do that later. Or are you going to ignore what your mentor tells you? Maybe I might just tell the department chief about it.
That's not fair.
I suggest you get your own subordinate to do the same. Just make sure the president checks the documents when you're done, all right? Thanks.
What? I have to do that too?
You made those documents, didn't you? Of course you have to show him.
I mean, it's your project, Renaissance.
I'm the one in charge, and you're my worker.
No way.
I don't really like the president, you know. He doesn't talk much, and it always seems like he's in a bad mood. I feel stupid for acting so kind to him, you know?
I mean, I haven't even had my face recognized by him. He doesn't know me.
It's a good chance, then. You can make a good impression on him, then. He might assign you a pretty good project or something. If that happens, be sure to thank me.
Oh, please, give me a break. Can you at least check the documents before I turn it in, please?
Oh, I'm not coming back to the company today, so...
What? You told me the deadline for this document was today!
I just finished a meeting with the client and I realized I'm near my house. So I'm going home.
Please come back!
Oh no, wait, the signal's glitching. I'll leave the rest to you, Nano. Thanks!
Renaissance? Renaissance! I can't believe it. It happened again!
Ever since I joined this company, Renaissance has been assigned as my mentor. She's been forcing her work on me and calling it training. And because of that, I always leave the company later than all of my colleagues, and I even have to work back at home. I tried to tell the chief department, but...
You're growing really fast, and it's helping out the team. I'm counting on you.
I don't give a crap about that!
He didn't solve my problem at all. And on that same day, I finished making the documents 2 hours after everyone left. Please don't be in your room, Mr. President.
He's still here!
I slowly knocked tentatively on the door and I heard someone. A loud noise, like someone was running around wildly in the president's room.
Is everything all right?
Don't come inside!
Yes, sir!
I was shocked from getting screamed at, but after 5 minutes...
Come inside.
Excuse me, sir.
It's way past work time. What do you want?
I'm really sorry. There's a document I need you to check for me, sir. He's so scary. Wait, what? I was looking down because I didn't want to make eye contact. And that was when I found something on the floor under his table. A figurine of... MoniRobos? Is it for his daughter? No, wait. I heard that his daughter is already in university. Thank you for checking, sir. Were there any
President!
Why did he just kick me out? I couldn't understand what just happened, so I just went home confused. Hey, good job today. How was the president? He just made me go back without any explanation. That means it had no problems. All right, let me tell you why Renaissance at my house. It's simple. It's because we're roommates. I was surprised by how cheap this place was. And I didn't realize Renaissance was living here too. And because of that, she pushed her work on me even when I was at home. But I didn't have any money since I just moved in, so I just had to endure it. Today was a particularly rough day. The president doesn't look like it, but I barely even seen him open his mouth. And even the people who've been working at the company for a long time are scared of him. So it's safe to say the president is really hard to get along with. My subordinate, massage my shoulders.
You can do it yourself! Scratch what I said about the president. I can't stand this woman in front of me. Stuff like this always happens. So on the weekends, I'm always frustrated and super close to exploding.
So how do I relieve my stress, you ask? By looking at all my figurines. I surround myself with my favorite characters from manga and anime. It's honestly my favorite time in the entire world. I'm basically a geek. That's what the entire world would call me. It's honestly not a really proud hobby. But it's not like I'm causing harm to other people. And I'm connected to like-minded people on social media, so I'm pretty satisfied with my life. On a side note, aside from collecting goods, I'm also writing fan fiction. And I was participating in an annual event where authors from around the world can share their work. I don't want to brag or anything, but my book gets sold out every time I go. I guess you know how much work I put into it. But this time, I've had a bit of a problem creating my fan fiction, and it's because I don't have time for myself because of Renaissance. I don't even have my plot decided. I'm running out of time. The deadline was coming up, so I used my day off to keep drawing the manga. But it wasn't enough, so I worked on it even on weekdays after work. But not too long because it'll affect my work. And finally, yes, I made it on time. And just like that, I participated in that event for yet another year. I set up my booth like usual and placed all my copied mangas on the table. When the door opened, a lot of people came running inside. Even though it was just a few people, there was already a line in front of my booth, too. Thank you so much. It makes me so happy seeing people buy my work with a smile on their faces. Next person in line, please.
Can I have one copy, please?
Definitely. I froze when I saw who was buying my manga book. He was wearing a cap and covering his face, but I recognized his voice. It must be President?
What? Whoops!
He sprinted away as fast as he could when he realized it was me. Hey, I gotta go! Can you take over the booth for a second? I told my assistant to take over the booth, and I started chasing the president. President?
Stop! Please don't call me president here.
Then is Makita-san fine? May I ask as to why you're here, sir? Are you into these kind of stuff, sir?
Are you disappointed?
What?
Do you find it disgusting how a guy like me comes to this kind of event?
Now I think I knew why the president started running away. Of course not. I would never think like that. I'm thankful and respect everyone who buys my work, no matter who they are.
Are you gonna tell everyone about this?
I shook my head sideways. I haven't told anybody about this hobby of mine either. I don't think it's an embarrassing thing, but not a lot of people understand it, so... As someone who plays an important role in society like yourself, sir, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I definitely do.
I've seen many people like that. Oh, by the way, please take this. This is the first ever comic book I made, sir. And I would appreciate it if you could have a read.
Thanks. I'll have a read-through.
The president held my book preciously in his hands. I didn't realize it until now. But apparently, the president saw my posts on social media and became my fan, and decided to come and buy my work this year. When the event was finished, I met up with the president and went to have a drink with him.
I'm really sorry for what happened today. I'm actually a huge nerd. I got into it 5 years ago. The show called MoniRobo was the reason I started getting into it.
Oh, so that's why there was a figurine of MoniRobos in your room.
You noticed it, huh?
I love MoniRobos too! Professor is my favorite character.
I know, right? Every episode is just good triumphs over evil, so it seems simple at first, but there's a really complicated relationship between characters, and you start collecting the episodes, and you get really deep into it, and the next thing you know, you're talking about it all the time.
I guess he didn't have anyone else to talk to about this. He kept going on and on about MoniRobos. He is definitely a natural. Apparently, he started getting into anime and manga after watching MoniRobos. At first, he was collecting goods and items, but now he was buying fan fictions and stuff. As a fellow nerd, I feel him on a cellular level.
But I haven't told my wife or my daughter about this. I can't take these goods home, so I'm using my room and enjoying watching them in my free time, you know?
And that's when I came into your room with the documents that day, huh? I'm sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. But honestly, we never know if that might happen again with someone else, and there's only so much space in the president room, so I started thinking about renting a warehouse for all the items.
Then, Mr. President, I have a good idea for you, sir. And since that day, the president and I became nerd friends. And because of that, I was able to find out just how nice of a person he really was. Apparently, he's just a really shy person. He talks a lot when we're alone, but at work, he barely speaks with anyone. But having experience talking to him while he's in his nerd mode, I became able to pick up some subtle habits and reactions he has. Got it, sir. How about this one? Right here, sir? Most of it is fine, but he wants us to make these 3 graphs right here easier to see. Well, how do you understand him? I'm a psychic. Because I basically became a translator between the unreadable president and his employees, everyone's efficiency of work is improved. And they all thanked me for it. And one day, an unexpected offer was made to me.
What? You want me to become the president's exclusive secretary?
I was hesitant at first, but then again, there was no one else that could fulfill this role. And this really showed how much the president trusts me, so I decided to accept the offer. Oh, I said goodbye to the sales department, which has been my home ever since I joined the company. But there was one person who didn't take this news kindly. I'm sure you know who this is. I was staying up late to pack my stuff up and documents to change departments that day. And there we go. I just got a message from her.
Hey, Nano. You became the president's exclusive secretary? What the heck is going on? Did you sleep with him or something? Can you not be so disrespectful? If you didn't, then how the heck did you land in that position?
I believe I was valued for my abilities to understand what the president wants to tell.
What does that even mean? Anyway, be sure to decline that offer. Who's gonna do all my work for me if you leave, huh?
How about you do it yourself?
You just admitted that you were forcing your work on me, didn't you? It's all part of the training. If anything, you should be thankful. I am not thankful for anything. Are you going to bite the hand that fed you? Now decline the offer. No, I won't. Decline the offer. No, I won't. No, that little brat. She's so annoying.
Oh, wait. I wonder why she doesn't let anyone inside her room. Maybe she's hiding something. Oh, wow, she's got a lock on the door. Let's just break it. A few days later, while I was on a business trip with the president, this is what happened. Nano, I cleaned up your room for you. You're welcome. What? What do you mean? Your room was a mess, lol. All those creepy dolls and mangas.
Did you break into my room?
You have to clean those up, girl. Think about the next person who will have to use this room. Since you're so bad at cleaning, I just thought I would do it for you, you know?
What did you do to all the stuff in my room?
I sold it, lol.
What?
I never thought all that junk would be worth so much money, lol.
Why? Why would you do that without my permission? There was a bunch of exclusive items too, you know?
This is my payback. You forgot everything that I did for you, and you left me to become the president's secretary? You really thought you could get away with it?
Did you sell everything in the closet too?
Everything. Literally everything in your room. There's not a single thing in your room now. You really done it, huh? Huh? What's selling all that junk gonna get me into, huh? Renaissance, you're gonna get fired. What?
You little brat, you've really done it this time.
Little brat?
Just who do you think you're talking to, Nano?
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm your employer.
What? Mr. President? Hey, Nano, just because you're a secretary now, you can't just lie like that. That's stupid.
You're literally talking to the president of your company, Makita.
What? Really?
You really just broke into her room and sold all her belongings? How are you going to explain yourself?
This is just, I was just asked to do this by Nomoru-san. See, she said she couldn't throw it away all herself, so I just did it for her.
There's no way a nerd would throw away their collected items.
Mr. President, what are you saying, sir?
Go buy all the items you threw away back.
What? There's no way I can do that, sir. I even used up all the money I got from selling them. Anyways, Mr. President, Nomoru-san was working another job, sir. She was drawing mangas and selling them. Doesn't this go against the company rules?
My company doesn't have any rules or restrictions against working another job. Plus, Ms. Nomaru's work is strictly her hobby. The price she charges and the printing fee for her mangas are basically equal. She barely gets any profit from it.
How do you know so much about this, sir?
Because I'm her fan.
A fan? A fan for who?
I'm Mrs. Nomaru's fan, obviously.
Wait, I don't get it. You are a nerd too, Mr. President? You really don't look like it, sir.
What's so bad about being a nerd?
I mean, nothing, sir. Nothing's wrong about it.
You're looking down on me, aren't you?
No, not at all, sir.
I was hiding this fact because I knew everyone would have that kind of reaction. But Nomaru-san was different. She was very accepting of me. And you've sold her precious belongings without permission? You're not getting away with this, not on my watch.
Can we just calm down for a second, Mr. President? And what do you mean I'm not getting away with this? This is just a little trouble between two employees. Or what, sir? Are you just going to reveal to everyone that you're a nerd and just fire me? Are you going to fire me, sir? I can't wait to see everyone's reactions when I tell them. Renaissance is one of those kinds of people who looks down on nerds. It's obvious. Her thinking that she's got an advantage knowing the president's secret is a perfect example of that. But there's no way a person like the president, with all the experience and tricks he's mastered, will lose to her.
I don't even have to do that. I could fire you easily any day of the week.
What?
Because all the junk that you threw away had my stuff in it, too.
What? What do you mean? When the president was wondering where to put his collection items, I suggested him a plan to solve the problem. If you wouldn't mind, I could keep your items in my room, sir. I'm actually planning on moving to a bigger house once I get enough money due to personal reasons. And I'm thinking about having a room designated for my collections. So I can put your items there too if you wouldn't mind, sir.
Really? Are you sure?
Of course! The more the merrier, sir. It'll be a win-win for the both of us. I'll be really careful with these items, so you can trust me, sir. I also clean them up every week, so why not, sir?
That'll be fantastic. Thanks.
I still have a bit of space in my current room, so I'll take some of the stuff you have in your room right now, sir.
She considered my feelings, gave me a helping hand, and you ruined everything. How dare you? You literally took a person's possessions. I'll just sue you for theft. You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Hold on a second, sir. If you do that, I'm just going to tell everyone that you're a nerd. Do you really want that?
I don't care.
What?
Nomaru-san told me that there's nothing embarrassing about being a nerd. What's so bad about saying that you like something?
Are you really going to sue me, sir? Please don't do this, sir, please!
If you don't want that, then go get the items back. If you can't, you'll be fired.
No! It's Nomaru. You heard him. We'll be returning the day after tomorrow, so make sure to have everything back in my room until then. You know it can't be possible to do that, right? If I'm to buy everything back, then it's gonna cost me a lot more money than I got from selling them! Well, I guess you'll have to borrow money from somewhere then. Or else you'll just lose your job, you know. You're the president's favorite employee, right? Tell them to forgive me somehow! I've been borrowing money from a bunch of places right now and I can't afford to get fired! I don't care about that. Then do care! I don't care! You don't know how mad I am at you for selling all my favorite items, do you? They're probably scared locked up in some dusty warehouse right now. I can't even fall asleep thinking about it. What are you even talking about? I don't expect you to understand what I'm saying anyway. Now listen up. If you put any scratches on my figurines, let's just say I'll do the same to your body. What the heck are you going on about? You're scaring me. Nano? Nano, are you still there? My crazy boss is now blocked. After that, Renaissance was somehow able to collect money and got all the items she sold back. When I got back home, everything was placed right back as when I left the house. When I saw them, I just teared up and hugged each and every single one of them. She was able to get the president's items back too. So she did evade getting fired, but she couldn't afford paying back all the money she borrowed. So in the end, she had to change jobs. I don't even know where she works right now. I want to go home. Well, it's pretty well deserved considering all that she's done to me. Oh, and as for the president, he's gotten along with all the nerd friends I introduced to him. And they're apparently gathering every weekend to have fun. And because of that, he's become a more open person. And now everyone in the company is talking about how he's become so much easier to talk to. I really feel like this job of supporting the president fits me well. And I'm enjoying working under him as well. Oh, and of course, I'm still working on my fan fiction.
I'm looking forward to your next work, Nomaru-san.
Yes, sir! I'll keep working hard to have a successful career and a fulfilling personal life.